Councillor Manzo.
Present.
Councillor Tudor. Absent. Deputy Warden Ross.
I am here.
Councillor Hood. Here. As well as Taylor Robinson, our executive assistant, as well as our CAO, Jim Sutherland, with manager of corporate services for Lee Ross, and our manager of municipal services, Tyler Foley, and myself, and Gregory. I'd like to go and pause to seek guidance from you. Okay. First thing is the approval of the agenda. Is there any additions or deletions?
I motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. The next is a presentation delegation by the Society of Pharaohs, and Kathy White is going to be doing the presentation. So could I have a mover and a seconder?
I motion that Society of Friends of Barrel can send up the presentation.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. And go right ahead. I apologize for a minute. I forgot my jacket.
That's okay. That gives me time. Do you want I sit here?
I want you to sit there and
All right.
turn that on.
Oh gosh.
It's just not right.
I pictured myself standing behind a podium, so does this help? Or no?
Will the video not
It's
be
really
recorded?
nice, huh?
Can you say something in the mic?
Hello?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, I can hear that.
I'll wait.
Because I was on hold with CIR for 25 minutes, so I'm not thinking you were going to get right back.
Okay, so thank you so much for having us. Warden, counselors, Taylor, Jeff, Tyler, Corley. I'm Kathy White. I'm with Friends of Girls. I've been in this CAT group for about 5 years, and we're applying for a one-time capital expenditure from the municipality to help us build a CAT shelter in Digby. The current CAT situation that is happening through the whole province right now, there's also a PowerPoint presentation if you're looking for one. There's a CAT crisis in the whole province right now due to the economy. It's not just us, it's the SPCA. Every rescue that I know and work with is maxed. The volunteers are maxed. It's the worst that it's been. One of our members has ever seen a CAT problem in 25 years of her time with us. So right now, what we have is a small one-room at the Siesta Motel that we've had for a few months. They're letting us use it until they tear the building down to build what they're doing. So we have a room right now where we have kept cats within 3 hours of getting the key to this. We had a cat from the town in there. There's no running water. It's problematic. If you have a cat that you're, trying to help, there's many things that you need hot water for. So there's no running water. There's no heat. It's not an ideal situation, but it is a big step up for us. Prior to this in the winter, we were storing feral cats, friendly cats that had just been spayed or neutered in our shops, in our sheds, and that's a terrible thing to do if you have a partner who does not want the smell of a male cat anywhere near them. So right now we have a small room, but we do need a shelter. I can't even tell you how bad it is. In the month of September alone, we spent $6,879.94 in 1 month on veterinary bills within our group, just in the municipality of Digby helping cats. So what we're asking for is this one-time grant to help us with the cost of a shelter. We have land in the town of Digby that we have a licensing agreement with the town, so we have the land where we can put the shelter. We just need to come up with money to build the shelter. We have a lot of different ways that we're going to do this to add. The estimate that you have is just for the bare 40, you'll see. That's just for the bare shell. It doesn't include the most expensive things like the concrete, the rocks, the heat pumps, the electrical plumbing. That just includes the supplies, the windows, doors, nails, screws, wood. So if we are granted some help, what we have in mind that we will do to raise the rest of the money to build this shelter. We have a lot of things coming up. We applied for the Tim Hortons Smile Cookie campaign. The last time that it made $18,000 for a local charity. We have a social media campaign in the works that we're super positive it will bring in at least $30,000. We're hiring a web page expert, and so the social media campaign. We're doing a Christmas campaign where in lieu of gifts, people can, in memory or honor of a loved one, or even just to honor somebody who's still living, donate to our group, our Build a Shelter group. We do a prime Christmas contest. Last year we made $3,000 with that. This year we always do a fall fundraiser. Last year we made $8,000 at our fall fundraiser. This year we've had to postpone it to the spring because of the dire need of the cat problem that we have right now, and it is our mandate to help cats. That's our first and foremost thing. So we've postponed that to the spring right now just because of the amount of cats that need rescuing. It's not feral cats anymore. They're friendly, they're dumped. People are dumping cats and kittens like you wouldn't even believe. So we have to stick with our mandate and rescue cats, so that's what we're doing. So, how many minutes have I been? I'm out of time.
You're fine.
I don't want to go over, and I just feel like I need to take a break.
Kathy, I'll do this.
And how many minutes will I have left?
You're fine.
So we do also, on top of all of those fundraising things that we plan to be able to build a shelter, we have a Build a Shelter campaign where we're going to break the ground. Jill Balser is going to be there. She's supporting us and promoting this on social media. She said she would personally invite Tim Houston. So that will, the Build a Shelter campaign, we're hoping that our goal with that is $50,000. We already have a $2,000 commitment, so we need $48,000 more, and we are fully sure we can do it. So the proposed shelter plan, that's rough. We're going to cut out some walls. It won't be that. That's just the size. So the quotes that you see are based on that basic size. Actually, there was a typo. It's 24 by 40. That is our dream size. We don't want it excessive. We just want it to be able to accommodate all of the cats. And for example, right now the SPCA, I had 2 cats at the Siesta Motel that I picked up. They're perfect. They're adoptables friendly. They should have just been able to go to the SPCA. We were able to take them there on October 7th. So from September 19th until October 7th, we've had to house these cats because they have no space available either. So if we have a functioning shelter, we will be able to do what it is that we have always done without having to house them in our own spaces. I have kittens in my house right now. It's driving my partner crazy. We do need a building. And we're very, very confident that we will be able to raise the money. We have contractors. We're going to ask local contractors to donate time. Not everybody, not one person to do, but we have people that will help us do that and donate their time, their energy, and I feel we have people just waiting to be able to help us build a shelter. Any questions?
I know that the cat population is, we have right now, going between my husband and my daughter-in-law and my sons, 2 cats, and I swear one is a host cat. Okay, because if I'm alone, he'll come up to me, rub his head, I can pat him. The other I can't get near. We're feeding them.
Is he orange and white?
He's a light orange, and the other is a darker orange.
I just neutered a cat that lives between Elmore Ramirez and somebody else up your way. Just neutered him and returned him, but he goes between his houses. He's orange and white.
Well, see, there's one that's very friendly, And he's coming to our place too. See, Elmore's is not that far down the road from me. So it might be the same cat. Because I haven't seen him for a couple of days and we've been worried about him.
He's Melissa Missy.
Yeah.
She may have him in her shed recovering from a neuter.
Okay, and Mrs. Two houses from me.
Okay. I bet
Okay, so that's probably,
in
we're
her
all trying to deal with.
Yeah.
Because I had said if he would be getting something, I was just going to take him and do it myself.
Oh, you can always reach out. That's what we do. Abandoned cats, we can do it.
I know, but I also know how hard it is to raise funds. But what I'm saying is, and up the road now, I'm seeing another cat. And I don't know, these I'm sure are not feral cats.
No, feral cats won't look you in the eye. You won't barely see them. I haven't seen a true feral cat come through a group in a long time. They're dumped, abandoned. I haven't seen what I've seen for the last 2 years. I can say 100% in my whole time.
What is the SPCA doing to help with the issue?
They will take, if they're friendly, they will take them, but there are so many times that they're closed fully because they have an outbreak of pan-leukemia, or so they will take these 2 cats they had there. They were friendly but abandoned. We trapped them and not feral at all. But it took them, and this is Kings. We work with Kings in Yarmouth from September 19th when we called to October 7th to find space in the Kings. So they're run out, like they're stretched.
And a lot of new owners that were taking over our apartments, you may have been there for 5 years with your cat, you're being told, get rid of your cat or move out.
And another huge problem, another huge problem is the cost of beds. So in our area right now, unless you're an existing customer, they're not taking new clients. So you have to go to Greenwood. And to spay a female cat is over $400. And people with the economy the way it is, people can't or just are not doing it. So that's another huge problem.
So neither vet is taking on any?
No.
Will they take yours?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And we work really well. There's Annapolis County Rescues. There's Weymouth. We work really well with the others. So that's, I think, one of the main reasons we've been able to stay afloat is networking.
Do you have any idea what the next year what's going to cost to move all these cats? But you guys usually have an idea, and I've been sort of asking, help you out. But I mean, I was wondering for the new.
Well, September alone was
6,000.
Yeah, and that is a little bit higher than. So 5 years ago, that's much higher. But this is like our new normal. If we have the space, if we have the capacity. So where we are right now at the siesta with in that little room, once they get, and that's shut down, we're back to nothing.
And once you rehabilitate everything, will you be able to operate?
Yeah. We do have a high adoption success. You just need the space to be able to, a lot of times they come on with cold, you need a space where you can quarantine, give meds. And the volunteers, if we have one shelter in town, people will volunteer. We can fill a schedule, but asking people to do what we've been doing, bring cats into the house that have colds. They all come in with something usually. You don't see friendly or like perfectly healthy little kittens. They all usually have upper respiratory and need to be quarantined.
Is the cat shelter in Weymouth full up?
Weymouth at Melissa Camo has Jane full always, but she never says no to me. I just don't ask her often. I've asked her to keep a female cat there in a crate while it's 3 days so it can heal, and she'll say yes. Because her shelter's so full, she has a lot of health things going on, so I like to keep the kittens. If I'm trapping them, I like to keep them within our group, but she does help me so much, and we help her when we can too.
All right, any other questions? I see here on my desk you had home hardware estimate supplies from the Annapolis Home Hardware for $41,263.97 for the supplies for the building.
Yeah, windows, doors, wood.
I I think that's, actually, I'm surprised that it's that low. Are they giving you a deal because you're
Because
a
we
nonprofit?
aren't we're not a contractor, so they're not. Usually when you get a quote from a contractor, I think they always up it, right? So
Now, is this for us to keep or for you to get back?
you can keep. That's fine.
We will put it in our minutes.
Yeah.
Now, I will be honest with you, we will never make a decision on the night
No,
that
that's
we have. I would assume a decision will be made at the October 22nd meeting, because we're still the council of the days at that time.
yeah, that's fine. You need time to think.
And I do appreciate the time it's taken to bring this to us. I know that we asked for a presentation.
We go to a bylaw.
Pardon me?
Go to a bylaw.
No, our next meeting is October 22nd.
I make a motion to take it to bylaw.
But that will be a new council.
Yeah. That would make sense.
I would cool to take it to our council for this first week. You make your motion, see if there's a second.
Also,
For those who are in favor to a new bylaw, which is a new council, all in favor? Nay? So it's been lost.
Okay. No problem.
Okay. So right now, we will look at it on October 22nd. I'm not gonna say it's good or no or not.
Okay.
And answer.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your time. You too.
You can stay. Okay, well, I'll give you the option.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. The next is the minutes of September the 10th. Is there any errors or omissions in those minutes?
Motion to approve the minutes of September the 10th, 2024.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'll second. Okay, sorry about that. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. The next is there any, business that wants to bring up for that? For those minutes? Then we will go to the CAO report. October the 15th, there's no meeting. October the 22nd, there's council. October the 29th, there's no meeting. October the 30th, there's a swearing in ceremony. November the 5th, there is a no meeting. And November the 12th is a committee of the whole and then a bylaw policy meeting. November the 19th, there's no meeting, and November the 26th is a council meeting.
I don't know if I've mentioned you guys yet or not. On October 22nd
Is
at
that
4 p.m. There's a public hearing. Please attend the public hearing.
I'm almost there at least once a day. But I like it because it's good to remind us we're like herding cats, I know. The next is the CAO update. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, just one from the marketing promotion. It says the chair has stepped down. Is that the provincial one or?
Nope, that's for our local committee. Yep. So there were representatives for the town of Digby, so the town of Digby will have to nominate. So they stepped down from the chair and the committee. So the town of Digby will have to advertise for a new member, and then in December meeting, I think the December meeting, they will elect a new chair. But that will be interesting because obviously with the election, the council members will also be new around that room.
The RSNP compliment review, I will say that I have met with the new staff sergeant. He attended a public meeting. He's been fantastic. Seems to really care. And at the public meeting, I was so impressed with him. The way he was concerned with what people was concerned for that meeting. Coastal, okay, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, so coastal protection, we're following that file, we know we don't have necessarily a mandate from council, we're trying to follow it because the province is putting a draft bylaw together. Now, I mean, they're working with others, but they're doing that work. The province has given significant funding to NSFM to hire a staff member to do coastal protection planning, which we thought that's where the bylaw would come from, but the bylaw is, I think, this week or next week, we're trying to see if we can fit Tyler into one of the sessions for the province. And the staff member that NSFM has hired, they hired directly from the province, who was the individual that was leading coastal protection for the province. So it's good in that I think we're keeping the same, like, the people that know the file, where this is going and the tools is, so we're just trying to follow it just so that if this does change or we hear what other units are doing. I think to date, Lunenburg is the only one that I understand is kind of waded into this on their own, but we certainly are following it, but it's lots of movement on this file.
Under the mandatory planning, that goes into effect April 1st. Under the Accessibility Act, they have the province issued reminder notices to municipalities and accessibility committees compliant with their original plan. Needs to be reviewed every 3 years, which means most plans need to be reviewed by April 1st, 2025. Rural internet. The final invoice from Bell has been received for our commitment to date. That effectively ends the rural internet project, but we know there's still more that need to be done.
I've only heard good comments from my residents as far as accessibility, glad Valley through the lines.
I have not heard that because we did not get it.
No. Everybody I talked to is happy.
Yeah, because it happened where they put it, and I just want to say that we had it was Ren and talking with us, but we had no say on where it was going because I would have had some own home. That's right.
So what other areas besides yours?
I'm talking in my district.
Yeah.
There's quite a few.
And they did tell us right from the beginning to do pocket. Right from
It's
the
where Eastlink previously was, right?
Yeah.
Those are the problem areas, largely.
I mean, I got a call the other day that told me that, and I'm sure it was a scam because they said, we have fiber off out in front of your house and, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, that's nice. But I said, who's doing it? And they said, Bell didn't do it. And they said, click. So that was my answer. So I think people's got to be careful. I'm sure there are Bell being called by proper clients. But I knew that this was a fallacy because if there had been something out there, I'd have grabbed it.
We technically had fiber, it's just the equipment has been upgraded, or the speed has been more than 100 megabytes per second.
We haven't had fiber at home ever.
Yeah, it's just have to get better equipment through Eastlink. I think that's the big issue, and I'm having issues with some of that in my territory too. Where Bell's fiber went through and they get up to 1 gigabyte speed, that's where you see the difference. Where Eastlink can't hold that. They technically still have fiber, but it doesn't give you the speed of 1 gig unless they upgrade that long. And that may be something we have to look at to push Eastlink to do. And then you would have it. The fiber is there.
There's been no luck pushing Eastlink on it.
I know, and that is, and I understand what she's saying because I'm having the same issue in some of my.
But the only way we can get internet is it's not.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I think Bill Nova Scotia, so the Starlink program is still out there and available. I think they're still offering pretty good rebates on that to Bill, right? I mean, that's directly to Bill.
And then the province has announced another round of cell infrastructure improvements, and I'm hoping that will affect our area as well.
So, any way to contact Eastlink? I know we've tried another angle route because I do understand that it's an issue to see that they could.
No, so Eastlink was one of the companies, even back in the beginning, contacts through Eastlink. And Bell was not an easy company to get contacts in. Eastlink was another level. just not, they didn't want to participate. Whatever happened in that program before when Eastlink had been a recipient, they just did not participate in this. And then I think as this program got so large, there potentially were their feelings developed. But so no, Eastlink that's been one of the challenges. And I think when one of the staff members for the rent was still working on this file full time, there was attempts then, and basically the message then was if it's outside of HRM, Eastlink. Which is, to your point, it's the infrastructure that there may be capabilities in the line, but their pieces aren't being upgraded and are very aged in the communities, right?
So in saying that and knowing that, will we be able to acquire more funding through the REN to Bell to run more fiber in these areas? Because initially they had asked that they didn't run fiber in places that already had it. So Brighton, Barton, Marshalltown, all those places, Culloden can't get it, because technically there's fiber there. I understand the logistics of it, right? But because Eastlink doesn't want to make that push to upgrade their equipment, it's going to the wayside, and the world needs to move on. Is there an opportunity for us to put case through?
It's Shore Road, it's Lighthouse Road.
Yes,
It's not just.
Right. So, and again, I understand it's been a long time to talk about this file.
Mm-hmm.
So, the REN never gave us money.
No.
Never been our money, and the problem
to help put this project forward, right?
in the beginning,
Yeah.
but then the REN, that wasn't the model, right? So this is 100% Municipality of Digby on its own.
Yeah.
And it was defined by speed that Bill Nova Scotia did the survey, right? So it's not fiber versus coax, there's speeds. Yeah. And so in that survey work, the areas that didn't get it are the areas that Bill said you currently meet the speeds. Yeah. So the areas that haven't got it are either that or the 1% that's meant to be serviced by the startup program. That is it. That's why I say like the program is over, the contracts we have with Bell, the areas, like the third round of that program, 3 years ago when we got those areas captured in that, right? There's been no intake, and why it was so difficult to even get that little area in Conway there caught at the tail end of this, right? There is no window right now for those other areas. We're one of the areas in the province that had a higher concentration of that. There are some others. I think Smithco certainly had some challenges, and then like the far end of Lighthouse Road and Culloden were other areas that certainly and had that.
And maybe you had a question, Andrew?
No, I thought I had the card here, but I did meet with somebody who is a expert in dialing tower locations, and he did told me that he would be willing to talk to anybody, like if anyone's working on that file, if they had some questions. And I thought I had the card, but so I just pass that on to staff.
That would be wonderful.
Yep.
Just as a solid, someone to talk to and ask questions, not necessarily anyone looking to work or anything like that.
So they
moved back this year, and that was his prior profession.
We're hoping with the timing of the election that the province may be ready to share potentially at something like NSFM some more details around this. I think everyone here, you know what we know from the initial announcement, right? We know Rogers is involved, how that's going to work other than what we're all assuming, which is potentially challenging for a solution in this area. And so the discussions we previously had with some of the Bell mobility people, this Rogers solution does not apply to those discussions. We're trying to figure out where this is going. So
and actually, he touched on that, and he did explain it to me, but I just went in my head about the Rogers situation.
So if you could get that.
Yeah, if you could get that done for sure.
Wonderful. Any other questions? Okay, the department reports. Is there any questions on any of those reports? The only thing I want to say is on September the 18th, when we had the advisory of the Fire Association meeting, I was not notified. And how I knew about it was when I read the department reports. And I know that you had asked them to let me know. I never received information. so they did not hear anything from us on that.
I'd just like to mention about Kenny. I just said when I was reading it over, it says a lot to me that when he left to leave a full-time position, that he's still willing to come back as a spare or as a dispatch. So I just like to pass that along to dispatch. That just shows to me that they're doing a good job up there, and I think Tim Long will be a good employee, full-time employee.
Any other comments for any of the department reports? Okay. Could I have a motion to accept the department reports, please?
Make a motion to accept the department reports.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carries. There is nothing under dangerous and unsightly. So the next is the Emergency Soviatic Research Institute Community Grant application. Go ahead.
Could you tell us what we have left for us?
Yeah, we have 18,000.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm willing to. I think it's a good ask. So, okay, with it,
Is there any motion?
yeah, I'll make the motion. $750 to Soviatic Research Institute Community Grant application.
Is there a second?
Seconded.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. Unlike you, I think it's a good thing.
And they've been doing great. They've been reaching out a lot. I think you've seen their material the last couple of years, right? They're part of their mandate. I think they've grown to include municipalities in their area. So no, very good.
And under correspondence, we had the shoreline restoration program for the municipality. And
if I could, so this one came in to us. It was, I mean, generically addressed, not by name. We currently have a partner that we think is working quite well, but we did want to circulate this to you to show you that it had come in. Tyler, I'm drawing a total blank on what the current partner's name is. Scotian Shoulders, right? They've been working on the cleanups, the lobster trap file. They're a big partner, kind of province-wide and regionally. So we're happy. It's a big file, but I mean that's been the partner and all the foundation. We just wanted to show this as correspondence that another had reached out in case some of you hear that either through Waste Check or those discussions. But I think Scotian Shores has been a good partnership in the legwork they've put into understanding other communities, the size of some of the programs they've done.
Angela?
And it just brought something up when you mentioned that about the road. Do we still have a place for that? Because when I was down to the facility there,
The public drop-off?
yes. Greg mentioned that they were having trouble, that whoever was taking the road wasn't taking it anymore. And right after that, I see the Port Association post something encouraging it. So
Well, I'd have to double check because they had extended the deadline a couple times. Like we had that initial run, which was supposed to be like 6 months or something. They extended it a couple times. I'd have to see if they've extended it recently. But I think Greg might be talking about like their pickup schedule. It's just maybe it's been a while and we need to do another pickup.
okay. Yeah, because it's happening. You mentioned that.
Yeah. Is there any help for individuals wanting to shore up their banking in this shore project?
No, this is
cleaning
shoreline
up.
garbage. Yeah, this is just garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, the province hasn't really come up with anything that I know of for individuals.
I haven't heard anything either.
They won't do anything for the
Shoreline.
municipalities, but
Help with the armor rock and stuff.
they should, but I haven't. Is there any other comments or questions? Hearing none, would someone like to adjourn?